Hey gang, we had Capt Mann in the studio this morning. Hopefully you guys enjoy the show. Really diverse show, lots of stuff. We talked a little hunting, we talked a little fishing. We've got a phone call from Kyle Weaver over in the Azores talking about sailboats being attacked, which was really crazy. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode.
Gals, welcome. It's another edition of Catch a Memory Outdoors right here on WWBC 1510 AM. We appreciate you tuning into our radio show this morning. I'm Captain Jim Ross, and we're going to do this thing that we call Catch a Memory Radio for the next 2 hours. So grab a cup of coffee and enjoy the show. If you're new to the show, welcome. We appreciate you tuning in. Space Coast area fishing, a little bit of hunting as well we talk about on this show. And it's something that we've been doing, golly, it's been 27 years if you include the old show that I used to do before it became the Catch a Memory Outdoor show. So, man, long time, and hopefully you guys and gals are going to enjoy today's radio program. Remember, you can also get us on the WWBC app. It's for those of you that are watching on Facebook, it's in the background there. And good morning to those of you guys and gals that are out there on Facebook. Captain Mike Mann of Fat Fish Guide Services graced us with his presence this morning. Good morning, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Jimmy, man. Happy to be here.
I tell you what, it's just a good time of the year. There is so much to be doing right now, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with being on the water. No, because you and I both like to go hunting.
Oh yeah, so it's prep time.
I'm getting excited, man. Deer hunting season's coming up.
It's prep time for all your crops, and start getting your cameras set up and start kind of trimming back limbs.
That's me, man. I jumped on the tractor last Tuesday. Not this past Tuesday a week ago, jumped on the tractor and just went to town, cutting new lanes,
nice.
Refreshing up old lanes.
Yeah. And
I'm going to put my ground blind in a different spot this year, so I made a little pad for it. And I'm getting excited. I got to get the leaner out. I got to get the tree stand out. It's not up yet. That's probably going to happen later today or tomorrow, depending on what the rain's doing. But I need to get that up. But yeah, resetting the feeder, new camera batteries, new, on and on and on. And a lot of that, I'm thinking to myself, okay, you got to get your gun out, go shoot the gun, make sure it's on. I mean, it's just, not that it's changed in the last 10 years, but you still want to go shoot it.
Oh yeah, well,
you have to make sure that you're still familiar with it.
Make sure it didn't get bumped. Make sure your scopes, not because I've had scopes. You get out there and you didn't have a chance to go shoot it. You get out there, you get in the stand, you see something, you go to scope it, and it's foggy, and you're like,
what happened?
Yeah, what happened? You get a cracked seal in it or something. So there's a lot to do. I wanted to tell you, I had Sue last week she's up, I guess her and her husband live up by your farm up here, or up on my end. She brought her nephews with me last week. She said, make sure you tell Jimmy hi. She goes, we haven't seen him much up at the farm lately, or I guess would you call it a farm or a property?
It's a property. It's not necessarily a working farm yet. Maybe one day, but right now it's just it's a collection of scrub oak and palmetto and pine
and hogs
and deers, and
heck yeah.
we had a good crop of turkey this year. This is the best crop of turkey that I've seen in about 15 years.
Yeah.
When we first got this property roughly 20 years ago, there was a really big population of turkey.
Yeah.
But it was weird because they didn't really come to our property very much.
Huh.
They came to the property next door.
Yeah.
But none of our property was cleared at that time.
Yeah.
And so they like open areas. But there was a really good crop of them. And then, man, it's probably been 15 years ago, all of a sudden, that whole flock just like dwindled away. I don't know if they went away. I don't know if they got hunted.
Coyote population got real bad about that time.
That's interesting you say that because, for a while I was seeing a lot of coyotes on the game cameras. And it was weird because they were coming through. For those of you guys and gals that don't hunt, or maybe you're thinking about hunting, or maybe you're new to hunting, I'm no hunting expert. Let's not. I'm gonna put that right out there right now. I am no hunting expert, but I have learned some things over the years just watching what happens with the game camera. Guys are like, oh, you can't shoot bucks, a lot of times in the middle of the day because they're only nocturnal or they only come out at me first light or last light, except during the rut.
Yeah. Oh, then they're chasing.
I'm going to tell you guys and gals right now, that is some BS.
Yeah.
And it just is. I look at that game camera, and I have had as many bucks on camera at 1 o'clock in the afternoon as I have at dawn and dusk.
Yeah.
It's all based on moon phase. They follow that moon phase, and when there's a major that's in the middle of the day, those bucks are up and they're moving around, and I'm getting them on camera.
Yeah.
And so guys are like, oh, you got to hunt them early and you got to hunt them late. And no, not. Yes, during portions of the month.
Yeah, your chances increase
but
more.
You look at that, that new moon isn't as strong of a representation of this, but the full moon, they get up and they walk around like last night. So as an example, now I haven't had this particular coming into this particular full moon. I've not had any bucks on camera in the daytime.
Yeah.
But what I have had is the hogs have, and so to pre-qualify this, my feeder goes off right at sunrise.
Yeah.
Not before sunrise, right at sunrise, or within 5 ± 5 minutes of sunrise. That's when my feeder goes off in the morning. My feeder goes off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Just 3 seconds, just sling a couple kernels, but enough that they hear that thing slinging, and they know that there's fresh feed on the ground. And then again at about 45 minutes before dark, and I keep rolling that back.
Yeah,
every week or two, I'll roll it back another 10 minutes, 15 minutes, so that they're accustomed to coming out during the light, and it's not waiting until after dark.
Pavlov's dog.
So exactly. So because I've been doing that for quite some time, they are so accustomed to coming in the middle of the day. Like every day this week, I've had the hogs. There's been 5 different ones. There's a group of 4, and then there's one big boar male that kind of he's running solo right now. I don't know what happened to his mate, but I'm guessing she got caught, shot, something.
Yeah.
Run over by a truck. I don't know, something, because she hasn't been. I haven't seen her on camera in about a month.
Yeah.
So something definitely happened to her because she was pretty regular. But he still comes. So middle of the day, there they are. Right? I mean, dead smack in the middle. Now, do I want to be hunting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
Not in Florida.
In July or August? Oh, no. No. But if you give them a reason to be there,
they will be there.
And you have a moon that is helping them to want to be more active at that time, they'll come.
Yeah. So
anyway, long story short, yes, we have some animals on camera. I'm looking forward to getting the old bow out, the old Hoyt out, and letting some carbon fly at them.
Nice.
And just really, really excited. But like I said, I've got to finish. I got to get my ground blind set up, and then I've got to finish getting my new. I had to get a new ladder stand. So last year I was climbing out of it. It was about the 3rd sit I had.
Yeah.
I climb up, and I get up in it, and I'm holding on to the handrails to turn around, and one of the handrails gives way.
Oh. And
brother,
that probably, because
let me tell
your back's not exactly 100%.
No, and when you are almost go halfway off the side of the stand and you're 20 feet up, I mean, as I'm climbing up, I've got my strap, my tree strap is to the tree, and so the first thing I do before I even try and turn around, it's dark normally, is I reach up there, I find the D-ring, and I strap my safety harness in. Then I turn myself around and sit down.
Yeah,
but I'm 57 going on 58. I don't bounce like I did 20 years ago, okay? 20 years ago, man, falling out of, maybe jumping out of the thing.
You would think we'd bounce better. Because
I got more fluff, you would think.
I've got more padding.
No, I'll just tell you, I'm not bouncing the way I used to bounce. So I don't need to be trying to, throw myself to the ground. So I strap myself in. And the other thing, my wife got me this, is a safety line. And that is one thing that I did not put on last year.
Yeah.
But it is definitely going on this year. It is a safety climbing line.
Yeah.
Forgot what they call that knot, but it's
the
Persex knot or something. I forgot what they call it, something like that, where it slides up the main line.
Yep. So as you're walking up,
so you're
kinda
tethered
slide
into that
Yeah.
until you can tether yourself to your to the actual tree. And because I know a lot of guys that have died.
Yeah.
From falling out of a tree stand, but some serious injuries that have happened.
Either dropped the gun, had it loaded, I don't know, and locked and ready.
Yeah.
And dropped the gun. So I don't even put I don't even put my magazine in the gun till I'm up in the stand. It's in my pocket. I hook it to my safety rope. I use my strap because we've got 2 ropes typically when we do it. I've got one that's a pull-up rope, so I clip in my rifle and my backpack, my backpack. Then I clip myself in and I pull up a little bit because what you don't think about is these stands are sitting in the woods. What in moisture, sunlight? What happens to nylon when nylon straps? They could be the best strap in the world, but after a season, those things are starting to dry rot. And, you know, we've all gone to cinch down something. Now you're strapped up 40 feet in the air and one of the straps gives away. So, you know, I'm a big proponent of that.
Yeah, that's why I was so surprised that armrest, if you will, kind of gave way. And if you look at them, they're built strong enough to hold a guy, but they're not built to last.
No.
And so this stand, I'd had this stand actually probably 10 or 11 years.
Yeah, so that's probably
And the last 2 years, I haven't taken it down.
Yeah.
I've just left it out in the woods, which is not a good thing. You should really take the stand down at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And so to have that give way while under pressure or while under, the weight of my loading it, to turn around, that was scary. Yeah. That was scary.
Yeah,
so I was like, okay, time for a new stand. And you know what? I used to be the guy, okay, how cheap can I buy a stand?
Yeah, no.
They got them on sale, $199. I got them on sale for blowout, $129 or hunting season special, $120.
Yeah.
No, you know what I get? I got the XL.
Yeah.
I got the fat dude, 400-pound, man and a half stand with basically everything but the recliner feature going on with it, I have decided that it is not worth $100 or $150 for me to try and skimp when I'm sitting there sometimes, 4 or 5 hours at a time. I want to be comfortable in that tree. Now, do I want to be comfortable to the point I fall asleep? Not necessarily, but I want to be comfortable.
But, the deal is now 20 years ago, an extra $100 was, that was big money to us. That was big money to us. Now, a new stand 15, 20 years ago, that was a luxury to us. Now it's like, hey, we've gotten to a point in our life where, okay, we got some coin in the bank. We got, where that $100 isn't as big a deal to us.
I don't have to go mow 6 extra lawns.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice. You're talking about this time of year. August is like anticipation month.
It is.
You got hunting season coming up, college football season. Go Dogs! You've got the mullet run gonna be starting in a few more weeks.
They've been running north hard.
Yeah, and it's kind of the anticipation. We got cooler weather around the corner. Hopefully no hurricanes this year.
Well, and I get very impulsive this time of the year. I don't spend a lot of money most of the time. I try and save my money, but man, this time of the year I get impulsive.
We're summer flush.
I turn, and man, I turn into I'm like a raccoon, man. This first shiny object you wave in front of my face. Oh, I got to get one of those. I got maybe 2, and so I go into full on raccoon mode this time of the year sometimes. So there's Tino Valverde from All About Archery had him in a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And, of course, he brings in this brand new Hoyt fancy dancy, got all the bells and whistles, kill stuff at a mile and a half. This thing is just, it is like the elite bow.
You have one now, don't you?
No, but man, I want one. I want one. And it's like, holy cow. So I'm looking at my stuff and my bow shoots fine.
Yeah.
My bow hits every place. My bow hits exactly where I point it.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I Sure would be nice to have a new bow, though.
But
So now I've got like 5 bows. So anybody looking for a bow, give me a call. In fact, I'm probably going to just take pictures of them today and post them up on Facebook and see what I can, get rid of, because I've got all these bows, and it's like I keep progressing and progressing and progressing. And there's nothing wrong with the first bow or the second bow or the third bow. They've all killed animals.
Yeah.
They all still will kill animals. But man, I don't know. I'm like full blown raccoon right now.
Well, and it's gotten easier now. Used to be okay. For any ladies listening, here's the way a man works. I need underwear. I go to the store, I buy underwear.
Yeah.
I leave the store.
Leave the store.
I leave the store.
I got what I needed.
Yeah, I got what I needed. But now with online, like I'm like, man, I'd really like one of those sea sucker rod holder mounts for the Panga.
Yeah. Those work good, by the way.
I got one. Yeah. At 10 o'clock at night, I'm like, order now. 2 days later, it's at my house. Yep. And I'm like, that's, it's so much easier, but it saves us time too, because it used to be, you'd hit 3 different stores to find exactly what you're looking for. Yeah. And I like to shop local as much as possible because we've got some great stores, but there's stuff you just can't find out. So you go online, you go, oh no, that's not the one. I want the white. Oh, okay, right here. Oh, okay. Order now. 2 days later, it shows up at your house.
Yeah, your Ring doorbell goes, you bring,
Yeah.
It's some,
But I've got
motion at your Ring video doorbell.
We were carrying a fly rod the other day on the Panga. And there's no undergunnel rod holders on a Panga. So I got looking, I'm like, oh, they've got a single suction cup that holds 3 rods. I got a big space. So I got it, and that's for fly rods, or I can, I can tighten them up, make them a little closer.
For gaffs,
gaffs, yes, all the stuff that's been, sticking up vertically. Yeah. Now I can put a few horizontally, and I may order a second one now after I saw how well it worked.
Well, guys and gals, we're going to take our first break of the day. Hopefully, you guys and gals are enjoying the show this morning. Give us a call here if you want to. 321-632-1000. Captain Mike Mann from Fat Fish Guide Service and myself, Jim Ross, are going to be right back with more Catch Your Memory Radio after these messages.
We're family-owned, offering new and used boat sales, consignment boats, 5-star Yamaha and Mercury service, marine electronics, accessory installs, boat detailing, repowers, and more. Stop by and check out our awesome selection of fishing boats, bay boats, deck boats, pontoons, and runabouts. We've selected the best brands, including Everglades, Cobia, Pathfinder, Hughes Maverick, Yamaha Jets, Abbott Aluminums, and Bennington Pontoons. Already have a boat? Stop by Boaters Exchange and check out our ship store, or drop off for your annual service by one of our certified techs. Boaters Exchange is locally owned with a passion for our Indian River Lagoon. Find us on social media, our website, or call or text us at 321-638-0090. We love to see you both.
Assassin, the most trusted name in bass fishing lures, is now the top soft plastic lure brand for saltwater. Sea trout, tarpon, redfish, and snook hammer the Saltwater Assassin 4-inch sea shad. With its amazing swimming action, this lure sets the bar for swim bait designs. Other companies continue to try, but none have been able to replicate the action of this incredible minnow-style lure. But Assassin has other proven designs. I like the native shiner-colored 5-inch Shad Assassin. That's my go-to lure when I'm targeting big gator trout. Redfish love the Drunk Monkey or the Mudbug-colored 4-inch Assassin Shrimp Cocktail. And you can rig these on a weedless worm hook or the amazing Assassin Springlock Jig Head. Now, these are just a few of my favorite Assassin lures. Check out what top professional anglers have known for years. Assassin lures simply catch more fish, and you can get them at your local tackle store or go to bassassassin.com and get some of these fantastic lures for yourself today. Starbright Premium Marine Polish helps keep your boat looking great. This easy-to-apply premium polish uses polymers instead of wax, so it lasts up to 3 times longer than traditional boat wax. The polymers in Starbright Premium Marine Polish are also easier to apply, block UV rays better, and help keep fish blood, slime, and poop and other stuff from sticking to your gel coat. Starbright Premium Marine Polish isn't a wax, it's a sealer. It's safe for all fiberglass, paints, and polished metals. You won't believe how awesome Starbright Premium Marine Polish will make your car or truck look too. Wax is for surfboards, not boats. Protect your boat with Starbright. Hey, good morning. I appreciate everybody tuning back in. We were going to let you know that this segment of the show is brought to you by Direct Graphics. So make sure if you're looking for anything to promote your business, get out there and let Direct Graphics build it up for you. As a matter of fact, I'm having some new camo radio show oval stickers made up. Also, So my Skeeter, my 2016 that I have for sale, the lettering on the side of it is like raised plastic stick-on lettering.
Yeah.
Well, it's getting it's over the years. It's gotten chips in it. So
Yeah.
It just doesn't look real good. So I'm looking at it the other day, and I'm like, this looks like junk.
Yeah.
So I called Brandon up over at Direct Graphics, and I said, hey man, I need you to build me this logo. He's like, absolutely. How big do you want it? Send tape measure, length, height, width, blah blah blah, all that. Send the dimensions off. He's like, yeah, it'll be ready in a couple of days. I'll call you.
Yeah, it's
So just that fast.
Yeah,
having
a
boop that fast.
It's amazing all the stuff we're having to do now, stuff that we didn't have to do 20 years ago.
Well, I want this boat is getting ready to sell, so I took it down to Ferguson's and had them put all new hubs on it. It's got a brand new Simrad I put in it.
Nice.
The older Rance was getting all junked up and just the screen was all messed up on it. I'm like, this is unacceptable. I can't, So I went and put a brand new Simrad Evo 3 in it, 12-inch, total scan, side scan, down scan, the whole deal. I put in, it's got new upholstery on it. I put a brand new switch panel in it because the switch panel was just old.
Yeah.
It was just weather beaten. It was weather beaten.
But our boats, they take.
We use them.
We use them.
Yeah, they don't sit in the garage or underneath the cover somewhere. We use them every day.
Oh
basically. So so I'm looking at it and I'm like, what else does this boat need? Well, this boat needs these little spit shine, if you will. And so I'm going to strip those things off of there and put that new Skeeter logo on there, and then I'll be satisfied with it's kind of ready to go.
Yeah,
but it's just one of those things. It just bugs me that it you don't really notice that sometimes when you're fishing all the time, you're using the boat every day. You're kind of like, oh, whatever, blah, and then you sit back and you really analyze it and you go, that's not acceptable. So anyway, Direct Graphics is going to build the new Skeeter logos and call them 631-631-1001. That's 321-631-1001, and let them design, build, install, whatever you need. They can get it done for you. So give them a shout.
This is a hard time of the year to work on your boat because we're using them so much. You get home, and this time of year I'm basically only doing morning charters, so I'm off the water by noon. I pressure wash the boat. I get home, I flush the motor, I pull all the tackle off, get all my rods off, and I'm like, I really need to go through and do a little spit shine on this thing. But it's 98 degrees with a heat index of 114 today, and there's thunderstorms rolling in. You know what else I need? A shower and a nap. Shower and the nap wins.
Yeah.
It's so in the falls when you're like, oh God, I wish I'd done this 2 months ago. But now it's October and it's like 82.
It's not as bad. The other thing, David Giovannini was just saying, I saw you at the boat ramp on Wednesday, got the electronics to work. I don't know if that's his electronics or my electronics, because my electronics actually went out on me. I had, I put Abyss batteries in the boat.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, those batteries have been absolutely flawless.
Yeah.
Okay. And they have very, very few returns on those things.
Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, Tuesday, my electronics just quit working. Up and quit.
Yeah.
They're working, and then they just stop. I'm like, what the heck? So I didn't have my electronics for the second half of the trip. I did for the first half, but not for the second half. And so the next day, my other boat, the blue boat, the 2016, was still down at Ferguson's getting, trail, all the lights, all the hubs, everything's just, I'm like new hubcap or new, lug nuts. I mean, everything. Just go through. If it's worn, rusted, whatever, just replace it.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to be messing around with something, 3 or 4 months down the road if I haven't sold it by then.
Yeah.
It's got to be right. So Darren and the guys down there went through it completely and just totally tricked it out, and it's ready to roll again. But long story short, I call Abyss when I get home. I'm like, I'm trying to troubleshoot this thing, and it's weird. It's showing, sometimes it comes up on my phone because they have that little Bluetooth app.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes up, and sometimes it doesn't. And when it comes up, one time it said it was like low voltage and this and that, and then the other time it came up and it said it was perfect health. And I'm like, so I call him.
Yeah.
Guy named Ryan Wiggins.
Yeah.
Blair's long lost cousin. Apparently. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I said, look, he says, you got a voltmeter? I was like, yeah. He goes, go unhook this, that, then I put the voltmeter on it. And I'm like, well, why didn't I think of that? Tech tarded here. Why didn't I think of that? Anyway, I'm still in fishing guide mode.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten into
Mechanical
or electrical engineer mode or whatever mode. So I'm like, I'm reading like 5.6 volts. He goes, nope, that's bad.
Yeah.
He says, no, he says, just
pull the battery.
He says, is your address still 982 Palmer Street?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Whoop. So guess what? Absolutely, just phenomenal customer service.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like everybody is like Power Pole's customer service is like the best in the industry.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Abyss Battery's right there.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no questions asked. Yep, that's a bad battery. He's like, new one's coming. He says, just get it plugged in and make sure everything's working right, and I plugged it in and everything's working right.
Yeah.
And called him and he's like, good. Glad we could take care of that problem.
Oh, there you go.
So, here you spent that battery, retail price on that battery. I get the Pro Staff deal. Yeah. But retail price on that battery is like $1,500, $1,600.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 12 volt, 120 amp hour battery.
Yeah.
And we got a problem. It's, it's got a 5-year, warranty, and you can buy an extended warranty for them if you want. But it's got a 5-year warranty, no questions asked. And 2 days later, there it is sitting in my front door.
I was, because I'm running Abyss too. I think I introduced you to Abyss.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and somebody's complaining about, well, this battery's. I said, what? I don't have room. I said, why don't you go with a single 24 volt lithium? Well, I don't trust them. I go, listen, I've been running lithium batteries for 5 years now, and I've been with Abyss going on 2 now, and I can't run the batteries down.
That's the thing. They last forever.
I mean, I've gone from an offshore trip and ripping current to come in trying to make something else work sitting in the inlet with even faster ripping current. And I'm running a 60 amp. I'm not even running the big 100. I'm running the 60 single 24 volt on holding a 23-foot boat with a 24 volt Minn Kota trolling motor. And I get in, I'm like, man, this battery's going to be it's going to be down to like 10%. I pull up my app, 58% still.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I've been on this thing for like 6 solid hours. You can hear the trolling.
Yeah. Yeah. After a hard day of offshore or tarpon fishing, where you're using the trolling motor a lot.
Yeah.
On higher speeds, a lot.
Yeah.
I'll still have 75 or 80% battery life left.
Yeah.
And they do like 3,000 cycles before before their life expectancy is.
I think it's more than that. I think it's like 10,000 cycles.
It's ridiculous compared to a lead acid or compared to an AGM.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how much more life and how much better power. It's not just the power, it's better power. My trolling motor, my electronics, everything runs better. Here's why. It's like the one that just went bad that's my electronics battery.
Yeah.
It puts out 14.41 volts.
Yeah. And it's a
12-volt battery.
Till there's 1%, even through 1% charge left.
But there's your other batteries. There's diminishing. It just starts to diminish because it's losing power. These things are like full bore, 100%, 14 over 14 volts.
Oh, yeah.
My electronics are so happy.
Well,
they just talk about clarity.
Oh, yeah.
People get on my boat and they go, I got this exact same unit on my boat. How do you have yours tuned that it's getting this good a signal?
Yeah.
And I think it's getting 2 more volts to it, basically, than what most batteries are putting out, or maybe 1.5 more volts. Whatever it is, it's getting more voltage. And I mean, you can see I can tell you 9 times out of 10, I can tell you what type of fish is on the screen.
Yeah. One of the
because you can see the shape of the fish. I can tell you if it's a jack, a triple tail, a snook, a barracuda, a cobia, a tarpon, black drum. I can tell you the species because it draws an etch-a-sketch outline of it.
that one of the worst things for electronics, whether it's electronic motors, all that, is regulating voltage. And when you got voltage that goes up and down, it's like a power surge. So when you've got that steady voltage, your stuff works better and you have less breakdowns. You have less circuit boards being burned up.
Yeah.
Everything's better.
Yeah.
So,
well, let's take another break and we'll come right back. Got a whole lot more Catch Your Memory right after these messages with Captain Mike Mann and myself, Jim Ross, so don't go away. We love to kick back and relax at either of their waterfront locations with a cool tropical frozen drink and some of the freshest island-style seafood around. Grills is known for its fantastic food quality, like their bacon-wrapped scallops, shrimp Cuban sandwich, or one-of-a-kind Bahamian fish chowder. The Tiki Deck features some of the area's best local bands throughout the week, plus Grills has a fantastic breakfast menu, too. Chill out at Grills' original location in the Cove at Port Canaveral, right next to Sunrise Marina, or check out Grills' Riverside location on Highway US 1, just north of the Pineda Causeway. Go to www.grillsseafood.com for more information, and remember, it all happens at Grills. Anheuser-Busch and your local Bud and Bud Light distributor, Carroll Distributing, are at it again. For the past 15 years, they've been partnered with Folds of Honor, and this year, Carroll Distributing will be donating an additional $1 for every case sold from these two iconic brands in their American Beers for American Heroes promotion. To date, that accounts for over $33 million to help those who have lost loved ones in our armed forces, police, and firefighting communities with scholarship opportunities. Now through September 1st, you can buy a case to help a family in need. So what are you waiting for? Pick up a case or two today. Nobody likes to pay for insurance, but you have to have it. So do what I did. Go to Petrucci Insurance. They're your local independent insurance agent, and they're here to make sure you get the right policy to fit your insurance needs at the best price available. I gave Petrucci Insurance a call. They reviewed my current policy and saved me $700 on my home insurance alone. Plus, Petrucci found me better coverage than the policy I had with my other company that I'd been with for years. Don't waste money another day. Call Petrucci Insurance at 321-632-1200. That's 321-632-1200. And stop wasting money on your home, car, boat, and life insurance today. Trailer problems can be a real day breaker. When you need to go to the area's best trailer supply and repair shop, try Ferguson's. Family owned and operated since 1954 and located on Highway 192 in West Melbourne, Ferguson's has a huge supply of trailer tires, wheels, axles, lights, jacks, and other trailer parts in stock. If you're not a do-it-yourselfer, stop by and pick up the parts you need. If not, let their expert staff do the repairs for you. Ferguson's also installs electric brake controllers, trailer hitches, and goosenecks. They have a full line of automotive and marine interstate batteries, so if you need a trailer maintenance, repair part, or a new Continental boat trailer, go to the best trailer shop on the Space Coast, Ferguson's. Check them out at fergusonstrailersupply.com or call their shop at 321-723-5425. Hey guys and gals, welcome back. Appreciate you tuning in every Saturday right here to Catch Your Memory Outdoor Radio Show. Here's something pretty cool. Butch McCoy says, "Good morning, boys." This is on the Facebook feed.
Nice.
Needed some boat insurance as my charter dropped my carrier dropped my coverage. Called Petrucci the next day and had a quote for about $1,100 cheaper. No, $100 cheaper. Sorry, I didn't have my glasses on. $100 cheaper than I had with my last policy for 20 years.
Yeah, I'm about to give them a call because we had some funky stuff happen with my auto insurance. Just canceled it. No call.
Really?
No, nothing. And apparently it was for, they're saying lack of payment. I was doing a direct payment through my debit card,
right, which
I hate doing because the debit card became the expiration date on it was past it. I got a new one. Nobody called me. Nobody notified me. Well, so it turns out the only reason I found out I didn't have insurance was I get a letter from the state.
DMV?
Yeah, DMV.
Yeah.
For me, for Daniela, for Austin, who's in Wyoming, that our licenses are suspended. And that's the only reason. So we've been driving around for like a month with no insurance, and now for like a week with suspended driver's license.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. So I call mom. I can't reach anybody, at Geico. Bad people. I can't reach anybody, so I just have to go online.
Right.
And I get new insurance. Of course, now it's double what it was. And yeah. So now it's double. So I mean, we're paying for 3 cars like almost $500 a month.
Well, compared to my commercial policy, that's not bad.
Well, yeah, but that's for just
because my insurance on my truck that's in the business now is over $5,000 a year.
Yeah,
because it's commercial.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So the but I mean, and we've granted we've got a 22-year-old on, but I tried setting it up to another company, and they're like, "Well, you've had 4 claims." I go, "We haven't had any claims. Windshields after the hurricane."
How can they say that a windshield is a ding against you when you didn't hit anything? Something hit you.
Yeah. Explain to me that. But apparently I heard...
Any reason possible. See, that's why I hate engineering. And I don't want to go on this. This is kind of a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But, that's why, you call Petrucci, and I mean, we'll just go ahead and do their ad right now. How's that sound?
Yeah.
You call Petrucci, they check around, they find you the best deal. And because they've got multiple carriers to choose from. And that's what I do and I reshop it. I have them shop it for me every year. Every year. My house, my cars.
Yeah.
Every single year I have them shop that because it's money out of my pocket. The insurance company doesn't care about you at all. All they want is your money. You send them money, they're happy with you. You want to file a claim, they're not happy with you. They want to try and cut back. Here's an example. So Justin just got, and even though because even though we're with an insurance company, I still don't trust insurance companies because I know that they're not in it for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Justin, my son, had a guy pull out in front of a line of traffic. Okay. Everybody's locking up their brakes. The guy in front of Justin swerves to the right. He tries to swerve to the right because this guy just absolutely just blocked the entire. You're on a 55 mile an hour road, and this guy pulls out of a side street and just traffic jams everybody. Just jams them up. Cars going everywhere, right? So the guy in front of him locks his brakes up. Justin locks his brakes up. They're both skidding off toward. He's trying to steer towards the side of the road. He runs into the back of the other guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Off the side of the road.
Yeah.
Weren't even on the pavement anymore.
Yeah.
Messes up the front side of the car. So they go to fix his car. And of course, in their stipulation, they reserve the right to use aftermarket parts and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So they get the whole car put back together and nothing's fitting. Aftermarket parts don't fit the way that OEM parts fit. So you've just gone through a complete rebuild with the wrong parts, in my estimation.
Yeah.
Because you're using an aftermarket scenario versus an OEM product. The paint job didn't match. I mean, it wasn't even like it was close.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 2 shades off. And he goes to pick it up, and they're like, "Okay, your car's ready. Come get it." He's like, "It's not even the same color. The fender doesn't match the hood."
Yeah.
The hood.
There's fading.
The hood doesn't match the front valance.
Yeah.
The hood doesn't match the roof of the car because the hood got bent and crumpled a little bit.
Yeah.
The front valance got crumpled, and the right front fender got crumpled. So all 3 of those things had to be changed and fixed. He's like, you got 3 different colors on the car here. Oh, well, it's kind of what it is. So he calls his adjuster back up, and he says, "Hey, look, do me a favor, swing by and check the car out, and let me know that if this was your car, if you would accept this car.
Yeah.
If you would accept this car in this state, then I think I probably will go ahead and accept it. But it's not back to how it was at all.
Yeah.
And it's multiple colors now. And I didn't buy a 2-tone or 3-tone car. I bought a single-tone car. So the insurance adjuster goes back over, takes a look at it, and says, "Yeah, you're right." And so they put OEM parts back on it. They repainted it. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
You're never going to get it perfect.
Yeah, no.
I don't care if you're a Picasso. you're not getting it perfect.
Yeah.
Because you can't physically match the way that they painted, what the conditions were, what everything was in when they painted it at the factory. Okay, but you can get close.
Yeah.
Okay. Long story short, he gets the car back. They put OEM parts on it. Now everything fits right.
Yeah.
The color's pretty close to matching now. I mean, if you wanted to get super, super picky, you could say, yeah, there's a slight shade difference. But long story short, the insurance company spent all that money trying to save money
rather than do it
right the first time. What is wrong with doing it right the first time? What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
I don't think so.
I
don't think it's unreasonable to ask.
We have gotten to a point where when, 20 years ago, we would fix something as cheaply as we could because that's what we could afford to do.
Right.
You tried getting it. Now it's like, well, I need one hub replaced. Replace them all.
All of them.
Yeah. When 20 years ago, we were like, okay, replace that hub. And 2 weeks later, you're going in to replace another hub that you didn't do. Now we're like, okay, I got one hub went bad, just do them all.
Exactly.
I got one light that went out, replace them all.
Yeah, make sure everything's right.
Because we've learned that we nickel and dime
Cutting
ourselves and we call
work.
It does not. It does not.
Yeah. I mean, and the reason that I understand it from the auto body side is because I was married to a woman whose family owned an auto body shop for the entire time that I knew them.
Yeah.
So I knew the difference between doing something, half-assed and doing something the right way.
Oh yeah.
And his motto, in fact, his motto was, "We do it right the first time."
Yeah.
So
makes a big difference.
It does, huge difference. Hey guys and gals, we have got a caller on the line, but you know what we're going to do? So that we have a chance to talk to them for more than 30 seconds, we're going to go ahead and take this next break. And when we come back, it sounds like we got some guys hanging around out in the marsh this morning. Let's see what's going on in the marsh after these messages. Lures from No Live Bait Needed, Rapala, Mirror and Saltwater Assassin, and one of the largest selections of coolers and boating supplies in the entire state. Well, Ace Hardware in Titusville, that's who. Ace in Titusville is your one-stop shop for all of the fishing and boating supplies you'll need. Ace is just minutes away from the Titusville boat ramps, and their parking lot allows you to get in and out even when you're trailering your boat. Check out the largest selection of fishing and boating gear in the northern Space Coast area at Ace Hardware in Titusville on US 1.
If you listen to this show, you know Captain Jim Ross is a leading authority on light tackle fishing on Florida's Space Coast. Jim grew up on the banks of the Indian River Lagoon and has been a full-time fishing guide for almost 30 years. In that time, Jim's clients have landed over 30,000 trout, redfish, snook, and tarpon from our local waters. So if you're looking for an experienced fishing guide to take you on your next fishing adventure, book a trip with Captain Jim Ross. Just go to finelinefishingcharters.com to book your next trip with Captain Jim and get ready to catch your next
American
memory.
Beers for American Heroes. Carroll Distributing, with each case of Bud and Bud Light sold, will donate $1 per case in honor of the last 15 years of partnership with Folds of Honor. For the past 15 years, Anheuser-Busch and Carroll Distributing have raised over $33 million to support scholarships for the families of fallen veterans and first responders through Folds of Honor. Show your support for those who have given their all on the front lines to make this country great. Buy some
Hey,
Bud
let me tell you
or
about
Bud Light
Realtor
today.
Daniel Hart. He's a guy that really cares about helping his community and our local lagoons. Daniel has already donated thousands of dollars to the Indian River Lagoon Clam Restoration Project from the proceeds of property he sells, and he continues to do this every time he helps one of you buy or sell a property. This makes a huge impact each year for the water quality of our lagoons. Daniel is also passionate about first responders throughout his community. Through his Heroes Real Estate Group, Heroes Rebate Program, Daniel has personally donated over $70,000 to help police, firefighters, veterans, and even school teachers by returning money to them from the purchases of their homes. Going above and beyond for you is what Realtor Daniel Hart is all about. If you're buying or selling a property, call Realtor Daniel Hart to help. Daniel can be reached at 407-247-3894. Hey guys and gals, this segment of the show is brought to you by Engel Coolers. If you need a good cooler, go ahead and check out Engel.com. Those guys have got some incredible coolers and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. So give them a shout or stop by your local retailer and pick up your Engel today. We're going back to the marsh. We got Capt Pepe
Captain Blair and Captain Jeff all in the marsh this morning. Somebody's out looking for some gators, is what I'm figuring.
Oh, we found some gators now.
You found them, huh? Okay.
Oh, yeah. So now we're fishing for crappie.
Oh, nice.
Really? It's got a little summer crappie bite going on?
He's gotten a couple of hits so far. He hasn't landed anything. Oh,
I'm
there we
surprised
go.
Blair
No.
didn't bring his fishing bow to go tilapia fishing.
Yeah.
I got a gar or tilapia on right now.
Do you? Yeah.
Well, he probably snagged it like those big salmon up in Ketchikan last month.
Okay, this is how you do it, Pappy.
Oh, this is how you do it.
That was so cool. That was such a neat experience to go to Alaska with you guys and do all that cool stuff we got to do. I mean, that was a trip of a lifetime, honestly. I mean, that was like 6 trips packed into one trip.
Oh,
Jeff was like the tour guide. I think I said, you know what? You've got a new calling here, bud.
Yeah.
You could do, trip planning for people that want to go to Alaska, because we got to go to the salmon hatchery. We got to go salmon snagging at Heron Cove. We got to go on the Aleutian Ballad crab boat. We got to drive the crab boat. That was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Who can say they've driven one of the boats off of Deadliest Catch? That was really cool.
Heck yeah.
We got to eat Alaskan king crab.
We got to eat fresh Alaskan king crab, fresh Dungeness crab. We caught halibut, Pacific caught all. That was a big time, guys. That was a really, really big time.
I just want to say I was holding the fort down here for you guys, but I was watching through social media, and I think I made the wrong choice. I should have been up there. I should have been up there.
It was so much fun. Just so much fun. It was a big time. Well, you said you guys found some lizards this morning, huh?
Yeah, we did. It's a big area we've got, and it's going to take most of the morning just to hit it all. So
you running in the kicker boat or the mud boat, or you running in the airboat?
Nah, Blair's driving the airboat today.
Okay. Yeah.
Now
Nice.
I know how some of my clients feel when they're sitting on the bow. It's like, now I know why they sometimes would turn white and bug-eyed.
Well, there's teeth marks in the seat.
Yeah, I was gonna say clinch marks where he's holding on to the grab rail.
The airboats are a lot of fun.
So when does season open?
Midnight Thursday night, Friday morning,
Okay.
12:01.
Okay. So the marsh is going to have some additional boats out there in it sounds like.
Well, I pulled a good tag, and I offered it to Blair for the TV show. So,
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Nice.
we're at least going to take one for the show.
Gotcha. You seen any ducks while you're out there?
I hate to say it, but we're seeing a lot of ducks out here.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of tree ducks.
A lot of tree ducks. I was on the phone with the biologist from Goodwin yesterday, and they're right in the middle of their banding program, and just because the water's so low, they're having trouble finding birds to band. They just can't get to them. So anybody looking to wanting to help out banding, John said he'd take the help.
Well, he can come out to my backyard.
Oh, I saw you post some of them ugly birds the other day.
Yeah. So, we were talking about how good of parents that whistling ducks typically are versus like the mottled ducks, the mallard looking ducks. They're not as good of parents. Muscovies are terrible parents. And any of the domestic ducks, they just lay an egg wherever. They don't even know to make a nest. They're stupid. But, long story short, our Peking duck and our ruin are gone. They've been gone since, right when I got back from the Keys. So we think a coyote ran through there or something, or maybe a couple of coyotes came through and got them, because there was a couple of the babies that were missing over that period too. But I've noticed that there's one group of whistlers that are not the most attentive parents in the world. I don't know if it's because they're young. I don't know what the deal is, because most of the time when you look at those whistling tree ducks, they are rabid about protecting their. I've seen the one group that has babies. They're taking on the blue heron.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they have no fear.
Yeah.
I mean, here you have an animal that basically is a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
And spears, fish with its beak for a living, and you guys are out there, fighting with it.
Fighting with it.
Yeah.
With a round bill.
Yeah, with a round bill. Where these other ones, they started off, they had 8 babies.
Yeah.
Well, they're down to 3. And now they're not even around. The babies are still, they're not fled. They're not even in, fully fledged or anything yet. They can't fly. They're not too far from being able to. Yeah. But they've just up and abandoned them. They don't even come around anymore. And so the babies are out there all day and night calling for their parents. Like, where'd you guys go? And I don't know where they went.
Well, I've said it before. Your fulvus and your black belly are actually geese. They're not ducks.
Uh-huh.
And they act like geese. If you've ever hunted out west, the parents are always at the front of the pack, front of the flock.
Right.
And then you've got last year's birds that kind of help mother this season's birds. So that's why when you drop them, a big flock, you drop some of the birds, a lot of times they will turn around and come back and look for them while you're still shooting them out of the air. So,
right.
But they are good parents. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I've seen, now for the last 10 or 12 years that we've had them in the pond, I have seen them just, like I say, just be, just incredible parents. But then all of a sudden, this set of parents is like the worst. So normally the dad stands around all day long for a month while the mom is on the nest.
Yeah.
Then she hatches the babies. And then there's this reconnection that takes about 2 weeks before the mother will accept the father to even come back near the babies again. He's trying, but she's running him off. Finally, they get to be this pair of, parents that are both protecting the babies.
Yeah.
And they do that basically until the babies look almost like the adults. They're fully fledged out. But these parents, I mean, they were like little fuzzy chicks, and this mom and dad's just leaving them. They're all out there by themselves. And so 8 went down to 5 went down to, now it's down to 3. And they're 3/4 grown now. But I haven't seen the parents hang out with this set of babies for 3 or 4 days now.
Well, the ones that survive makes them tougher.
Well, yeah.
It's kind of like the way we were raised.
Well, and that's the other thing is there's another set of parents that had their babies maybe the next month.
Yeah.
And so they're not nearly as big.
Yeah.
But they started off with 10. Yeah. They're now down to 5.
Yeah.
They're better parents than the other group is, but it's compared to some of the ones I've seen in the past. I've seen them where they had 10 babies or 11 babies to start with, and they'll get 9 of them fully grown.
Yeah.
And some of those parents are really, really, protective parents.
Yeah.
Where some of these other ones just are not.
Have you ever seen a snook hit a duckling out on the salt along the mangroves?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that it just blows up the whole flock. And,
You know where I saw that? Central Canal.
Really?
Central Canal in Merritt Island.
Yep. Eat a bunch of coots one day.
Yeah, I've seen bass down on Stick Marsh.
Yeah.
Eat ducklings.
Yeah. You know where I saw bass do that?
Where?
This is when I was a kid. Up in Twin Lakes on the River Road in Cocoa.
Yeah.
North of 528, there's a subdivision called Twin Lakes, and they've got 2 ponds on either side of their entranceway. Yeah. And I used to fish that as a kid. My grandmother and I would pedal our bikes up there and fish those ponds. And that was the first time I ever saw a bass eat a duckling.
Yeah, bass, once they get over about 8 pounds, they'll eat
anything.
Yeah, they'll eat anything that they can. If it fits in their mouth, they can eat it.
Yep. So the prognosis looks good for lizard hunting this year, huh?
It does. Looks like some of the areas we've hit already, we were all 3 saying that they've opened way up. So hopefully some of these ducks will return to the traditional areas.
You think it was because of the fires we had earlier this year?
No. I don't know why I can't tell you why it opened up. It just has. You always find a place where you haven't been hunting for 5 or 10 years, and then all of a sudden it opens back up. And the area we're in today, we're very pleased. We're hoping some hydrilla comes back in here.
Well, don't tell St. John's Water Management District about it. They'll come spray it.
Oh. Well, at the last RAC meeting, the fish biologist for Headwaters said that they're grooming hydrilla to keep that area open and clean. And I raised my hand and asked him to repeat that statement. So you got one section of FWC wanting to kill it all, and you got the other section that realizes that the native salves, the native plants, are not going to come back. So, with the water as turbid as it is, the hydrilla eventually is going to save us.
Yeah, yeah. Well, guys, we're getting ready to go to our top of the hour break. Enjoy the marsh this morning. How's the bugs out there, by the way?
Bugs?
Yeah.
What bugs?
Okay.
Bugs. There's cigars going. We don't get bugs here.
Oh, there's no. Yeah, if you got Peppy and Kranik, I wasn't thinking. What was? I wasn't thinking.
Momentary lapse of
Yeah,
reason.
Yeah. I lost it there, guys. Sorry about
I'm
that.
upwind.
Well, you guys enjoy the rest of the morning. Hopefully, you find some big lizards to go chase this week.
Have a great day, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All righty, take care.
Great.
Yep, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's one. That's one thing that's interesting about duck hunting.
Yeah.
Is that unlike fishing, now offshore fishing is different, but in the flats and in freshwater, a lot of times you're trying to be really quiet.
Yeah.
Duck hunting is like. It's almost like sitting at the bar on Friday
yeah.
afternoon. I mean, it is noisy. There's chatter going on. There's guys smoke. In the case of Peppy and Kranik, they've got their cigars going. You've got guys goofing on other guys because Kyle Weaver always brings the decoy donuts and throws them out in the spread to mess with Kranik because Kranik always shows up with an eclair or something. So that was hilarious. By the way, the first time that light came up. And I'm looking out there and I see this thing. It's a plastic donut with sprinkles on it. And I'm like, what is that in the middle of the decoy spread? And I look at Kyle, and Kyle's just like, he's trying not to laugh. He's trying not to look at me. And I'm like, dude, is that like a plastic donut? He goes, look around. While we were out setting pre-dawn, Kyle was behind us. So we're setting the decoys out in the where we want the birds to come into the spread into the deeks, and Kyle's out there throwing plastic donuts out in the middle of the decoy spread. What are friends for, right? What are friends for?
That's one of the wonderful things about hunt camp or be just I've never done much duck hunting, but it's when I have done it, it's always just been like.
Well, I'm not a very good duck hunter, and I probably never will be a very good duck hunter. I just, for some reason, I just don't have it, you know. But I'll tell you, going with these guys is so much fun to be out on the marsh with them in the mornings, and I'm sure that there's a lot of guys that are in the same position as me.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best shot in the world, but you still enjoy the camaraderie and have fun.
The camaraderie.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, guys and gals, we're going to take our top of the hour break. When we come back, we got a whole nother hour of Catch Your Memory right after these messages, so don't go away. If you're a shooting enthusiast like I am, you have to check out the incredible lineup from Kel-Tec. Developed and made right here in Central Florida, Kel-Tec is a leading industry manufacturer of shotguns, rifles, pistols, and guess what? They're all chambered in common calibers that we all love to shoot. Whether you're a weekend plinker or you want some advanced personal carry or home protection options, Kel-Tec makes exactly what you need. Find a dealer near you or check out the entire line of Kel-Tec weapons, accessories, and apparel by going to keltecweapons.com.
Your boat's upholstery looked great when it was new, but over time it gets dingy and stained. Starbright has the perfect combination for your problem. Starbright Ultimate Vinyl Cleaner and Ultimate Vinyl Guard. Starbright's Ultimate Vinyl Cleaner won't dry or fade your vinyl. It has powerful cleaning agents that blast away fish blood, grease, road grime, and more without harmful chemicals that ruin your boat's vinyl. Starbright's Ultimate Vinyl Guard is like a sunblock for your boat's vinyl cushions. It restores moisture and shine to sun-bleached vinyl without being slippery. Plus, it blocks harmful UV rays and helps keep your vinyl cleaner longer. Starbright Ultimate Vinyl Guard is great for plastic, rubber, and leather too. It's ideal protectant for trucks and cars as well. Use Ultimate Vinyl Guard on your car or truck dashboard, seats, and door panels. Heck, you can even use it on the sidewalls of your truck or trailer tires. Starbright Ultimate Vinyl Guard makes all your stuff look great.
Batten down the hatches. We've got another great hour with Captain Jim Ross and this week's special guest starting right now.
This hour of Catch a Memory Outdoors is presented by Bud and Bud Light from Carroll Distributing, a family-owned and operated distributor. Welcome back. We appreciate you tuning in to hour number 2 of Catch a Memory Outdoors right here on WWBC 1510 AM. For those of you guys and gals that are just joining us, welcome to the show. You missed a great first hour. Captain Mike Mann from Fat Fish Guide Service is in the studio with me this morning, and we're having a big time. Had some call-ins from some of the guys as well. Everybody's out kind of scouting for gator season. But, we had started the show talking about deer season, and, if you haven't gotten your bow tuned up by now, or your gun, your gun, you got time. But if you haven't got your bow tuned up, man, you need to get your bow tuned up. And the guys down at All About Archery are top notch. Is getting your, make sure your center shot's on, making sure your D loop is right, making sure that your cam timing is right. There's a lot of things that go on to make a bow accurate, and so get down there and get your bow tuned up so that you make sure that you're hitting what you're trying to hit this year. Mike, I've seen a lot of television shows lately, and the shows I think are getting more realistic. And the reason I say that is hunting shows.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is I'm seeing more and more guys not hitting the perfect shot.
Well,
being aired.
Yeah.
Being put on air. and I think, personally, that is a good thing. Because nobody's going to... You can shoot at animals all year long, at foam animals all year long, and you can be hitting where you want to be hitting. But you get out in the woods and you put a live animal in front of you that has the ability to move, jump the string, duck the string, whatever you want to call that, just simply the ability to move. He's not a static target.
Throwing some adrenaline, throwing the angle that you're shooting at a lot of times, because guys, a lot of times they shoot flat. Yeah.
They don't shoot from their stand.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I like to do is once I put my stand up, I go take a couple of targets. I got a deer target. I got 2 foam blocks. I go set them out.
I shoot from my roof.
And I used to do that, but I got in trouble. The Rockledge Police Department said I can't do that anymore. Yeah.
You looked like Robin Hood the sniper.
Well, I'm standing on the roof shooting into the backyard.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of frowned on that. They're like, no, that's you can't do that anymore. So okay. But so I go and I sit in the stand and I shoot at targets and I put them at different spaces, different angles, so that I physically have to turn my body and do all of the things that you would normally do if there was an animal presenting itself in front of you. And I think that my buddy Dave is the one that got me really dialed into that. Between him and a fellow that I used to hunt with, Arthur Ty, between those two guys, I learned a lot. Yeah. My buddy Dave was like, you need to put yourself in a scenario where you are in an actual hunting type situation.
Shooting uncomfortably.
Yeah. And it may not be the best shot in the world, but you need to make the adjustment so that you can make that shot and make that an effective kill shot. And then Arthur, the biggest piece of advice I ever got, he showed me a lot of things. He showed me how to track turkeys in the woods. He showed me how the difference between the poop from a Jake, a hen, and a tom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the poop different. So you can see what you're tracking. Like if they go to the bathroom, you can tell what it is that you're tracking.
I'm going to say probably you and Robin's poops are completely different.
Probably so. Yeah. Yeah. But what I'm saying is he really
he's into
he knew it.
Yeah.
Like he knew it. So I got to glean information from these guys. And then Arthur was like, it doesn't really matter how the animal is positioned.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As long as you can hit him in the heart.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to wreck meat if you try and shoot him on a funky angle from the rear?
Oh,
potentially. Yeah. But in a bow scenario, one of the things that I learned in a bow scenario is I like an animal who's got his rear end towards me and his head away from me.
Yeah.
Because
I can see where the hip bone is.
Yeah.
I can see just slightly
So you
quartering
can
away.
aim.
I can aim in behind the rib cage
Yeah.
and hit the heart every flipping time. I've done that a couple of times on
Yeah.
animals now. And it's not the perfect broadside shot.
No.
But let me tell you something. You zip one straight through the, tuck it in behind the rib cage, and you zip it down through their heart. The other angle is a facing forward,
Head on.
straight. Yeah, and you just have to know where the heart is sitting.
Yeah.
But if they're straight onto you, you can drop them. And so that whole, if you hit the heart, not if you hit the liver, not if you hit the lungs. I'm not aiming for liver and lungs.
Yeah.
I'm not aiming for, that's not what I'm aiming for.
Heart.
I focus in on whatever the angle the animal's at me, in relationship to me. Where is his heart?
Yeah.
And that is the only spot that I'm trying to hit. Yeah. But going back to some of these shows, you'll see a show and a guy's like, I hit him a little far back, I hit him a little high, a little whatever. They'll go look for just a second. They'll give him a little bit. They'll go look for just a second. And then if they don't find the animal, they'll back out.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that a lot of guys get anxious, and you'll actually push the deer. Yeah. If you've wounded the deer but not killed the deer, you'll push the deer. So the deer are freaking tough.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they are tough animals. And so they may run 100 yards and lay down, but if you go in there and start looking around, they'll jump up and they may run another 200 or 300 yards.
Oh, yeah.
Even with an arrow through their liver or lungs or whatever. So letting that animal lay there and expire is way more important than immediately trying to track and find that animal. And so a lot of the shows that I've seen lately, I wouldn't say they've been highlighting that, but I would say that they have been at least showing that to say that this is kind of the proper way to go about tracking an animal that you didn't perfectly hit.
Yeah. And that's, you could practice all you want. You could sit at the range, practice all you want. Even me, I'm not a bow hunter. I'm a rifle hunter. But, I try and be able to hit that one shot, but I'm always looking straight down with, my rifle. I get it sighted in, and then I'm a good enough shot. Once, if I know where it goes, I can aim and shoot.
Mm-hmm.
But, sitting in a tree stand, sometimes you're twisted, looking over your left shoulder, trying to hit, a weird angle. And it's not always dead on. Like Scott likes to hunt out of the redneck blinds. Mm-hmm. I'm not a blind guy. I don't like them. It's nice and comfortable. He's way more comfortable when it's 18 degrees.
I was gonna say if it's cold or raining, then
But I kind of feel like if I'm gonna harvest something, I should suffer a little bit. And I just like the whole sitting in the tree stand, becoming part of the tree, watching everything that happens around me, because we, as fishing guides, we're always watching.
You're tuned in.
We're tuned in. We're always looking. Yeah. Okay, you hear a splash. What was it? There was a fish over it. Yeah, that was a mullet. But then you hear that pop, and you're like, "There's a snook," and you start looking.
I heard a snook. I heard a trout. Yeah. It's a different sound.
Oh yeah, and we
even though you didn't see it,
just a splash, or you see the takeoff, and I love doing that sitting in the woods, because we're outdoorsmen and we enjoy that whole kind of just being tuned in, and it's a nice way to unwind. I mean, I had kids the other day. They're like, "Do you carefully play music?" I go, "Yes." We're not playing music on my boat. There will be no music on the boat.
We're not sandbarring it right now.
And the only time you should touch your phone is if you're going to take a photo.
Yeah.
If you're not taking pictures of somebody holding a fish, that phone needs to stay right here. Yep. And they're kind of looked at me like, I go, "Look, guys, enjoy. Yeah. Enjoy. I've got radio.
Absorb some of this.
Yes.
Absorb some of this outdoors.
Yeah, I've got radio.
You got time for indoors the whole rest of the day if you want. Yeah, but let's absorb some of this that we have out here right now.
I have radios on both boats. Neither of them work. And I haven't used them. And
mine doesn't work on my boat either. And it's the one thing that doesn't work that I don't mind.
Yeah. I'm like, if I ever do another boat, it won't have a radio.
Yeah.
I'll have a turtle box or something like that I can carry on and off, but I'm not going to,
I got a little Bose speaker.
Yeah, yeah.
Waterproof Bose speaker.
Yeah, I found one. It's an Ecox gear, and it's like the little black Pelican case. It's a black Pelican case that opens up and has storage in there. I keep all my documents. I move it from one boat to the other. It's got all my important stuff in there, and it's got a really nice dual speakers, like one of those little Pelican boxes.
Well, if you're traveling from one spot to another, or if you're just chilling, you're scalloping, which it's scallop season right now, or you're just kind of
lobster
chilling at the island, then it's fine. But when you're trying to sneak up on redfish that are tailing in 8 inches of water, no, that's not it.
Just we've gotten a point in life where we always need that noise, and I'd rather have God's noise, Mother Nature's noise, than some man-made noise.
Yeah, I get it. Well, guys and gals, we're going to take our first break of the second hour. When we come back, Mike, Mann, and myself, we've got a whole lot more Catch a Memory radio show after these messages, so don't go away.
Dirty footprints and spilled food all create a mess on your boat's deck. Here's a fast and easy solution to clean them. Starbright Ultimate Extreme Clean. Just spray it on the spot, hit it with a deck brush, and rinse it off. Dirty vinyl cushions, greasy drips around your outboard, even those suspicious stains your fishing buddy always seems to leave behind, don't stand a chance when you squirt a little Ultimate Extreme Clean on them. Starbright Ultimate Extreme Clean works great to clean your grill and around the house. You can use it on your truck or lawnmower. It gets greasy stains out of clothing too. Just spray it on any greasy spot, give it a light rub, and they'll look like new again. Make sure you pick up some Starbright Ultimate Extreme Clean and lose those greasy stains today. Since 2010, Anheuser-Busch and Carroll Distributing have raised over $33 million to support scholarships for the families of fallen veterans and first responders through the Folds of Honor. From now through September 1st, Carroll Distributing will donate $1 for every case of Bud or Bud Light beer sold here in Brevard County. It's all part of their American Beers for American Heroes promotion to help promote and inspire those family members who have lost so much. So let's raise one for those in need today.
Hey guys, Captain Blair Wiggins here. I'm sure you're aware of the ongoing projects out there that are aimed at restoring seagrass and water quality in the Indian River Lagoon system. Well, here's one that I'm proud to have played a role in getting started, the Indian River Lagoon Clam Restoration Project. I collaborated with Whitney Labs, CCA, the FWC, and many other partners to implement this clam restoration project right here on Florida's East Coast. I would love for every one of you to get involved with this program. Your $20 donation will put 200 clams back into our lagoons. As they grow, these 200 clams will filter over 1 million gallons of lagoon water per year, greatly impacting the health of our local waters. Your contributions are tax deductible, so please help our lagoon by donating $20, $50, $100 or more to this cause. You can make your donation online at IndianRiverClamProject.org/support. Again, that's IndianRiverClamProject.org/support. And on behalf of myself and our waters in the lagoon, we thank you.
Assassin, the most trusted name in bass fishing, is also the top soft plastic lure brand for saltwater species. Sea trout, tarpon, redfish, and snook can't resist a saltwater Assassin 4-inch sea shad. Its amazing swimming action sets the bar for swim bait designs. Others continue to try, but no one has been able to replicate the action of this incredible minnow-style lure. But Assassin has other proven designs. The native shiner-colored 5-inch shad Assassin is my go-to lure when I'm targeting big trout. Redfish love the drunk monkey or the mudbug-colored 4-inch Assassin shrimp. And snook and tarpon love their new little P&V dart bait in watermelon red flake or Houdini colors. You can rig these lures on a weedless worm hook or on the amazing Assassin Spring Lock jig head. So these are just a few of my favorite Assassin lures that help me and my customers stay happy. Check out what top professional anglers have known for years. Assassin lures simply catch more fish. Stop in your local tackle store or go to BassAssassin.com to check out this incredible lure for yourself.
Welcome back. Catch a Memory Outdoors right here on WWBC 1510 AM every Saturday morning. And, of course, you can get us on the WWBC app and on the Catch a Memory Outdoors Facebook page, which we appreciate you guys and gals joining in on that. Going to do the catch conditions real quick, and then we're going to go to the phone lines. We've got the fishing and boating conditions from Ponce to Sebastian. Today we got southwest winds at 5 to 10, becoming about 10 to 15 by afternoon. And then seas inside of 20 miles are supposed to be right around 1 to 2 feet with a dominant period of around 8 seconds. Buoys look like this. The 13-mile Ponce buoy, we've got 84 degrees, is 1 foot at 9 seconds. The 4-mile buoy out of Canaveral, 85 degrees, 1 foot at 8 seconds. The 20-mile buoy out of Canaveral, 86 degrees, 1 foot at 8 seconds. And then the 6-mile buoy out of Fort Pierce, we've got, oh, wait a minute. You know what? That's the wrong side.
I was going to say,
that's the wrong side.
I'm
Hold on a second.
I'm like, man, it must have laid down overnight.
Yeah, scrap all that. Start over. Okay, southeast going 10 to 15 this afternoon, like I was saying. Okay, seas 2 to 3 feet with a dominant period of about 8 to 9 seconds. Yeah, I didn't scratch through the back side of the page. Yeah, there you go. So the Ponce buoy this morning is 85, and it's 3 feet at 9 seconds. That's more
That's a little more accurate.
4-mile buoy, 85 with 2 feet at 9, and the 20-mile buoy, 85, 3 feet at 9. And then the Fort Pierce buoy is kind of interesting. It's at 3 feet at 11 seconds. So that's kind of interesting. That 4-mile buoy being 2 foot at 9, and then it dropped down. There's a 4 foot, or there's a 4-second swell, and there's a 9-second swell.
Yeah.
And it's flopping back and forth between the two. The main surge or the main swell is at 9 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's still coming off of whatever that named storm was that went across Bermuda the other day. Dexter. But there's a wind chop that's coming out of the southeast at 4. Excuse me. Western edge of the Gulf Stream is 43 miles out of Ponce, 32 out of Canaveral, and 26 out of Sebastian. And the surf temps, we've got 84 at Ponce, 85 at Cocoa Beach, and 83 at Sebastian. And the tides look like this. We've got a high right about now, actually, 8:19 a.m., a low at 2:17 p.m., and a high again this evening at 8:50 p.m. And then down at Sebastian, we've got an 8:30 a.m. high, a 2:40 p.m. low, and a 9:03 p.m. high. And the best times to go hunting and fishing today, presented by All About Archery. Now, we're kind of ending the morning miner, and the evening miner is going to pick back up from 8:07 to 9:07. And then, remember we were talking about that lunar table and that midday. What's that buck doing in the corn at the corn feeder at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Well, here's why. The major for today, 12:50 p.m. to 2:50 p.m. So when I go check my game cameras, it sends pictures to me continuously on the email. So when I go check that, I'm expecting that I'm either going to see some pigs or some deer right smack dab in the hottest part of the day.
Yep, so, moving around.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the phone lines. There's all kinds of really cool stuff going on in the world, and Captain Kyle Weaver. We play this game. Where's Kyle? It's like, where's Waldo? Where's Kyle today? Okay. So Kyle, you're in the Azores still, right, buddy?
That is correct.
So Kyle has got all kinds of cool stuff that's happened in the last 3 weeks. We haven't talked to Kyle in a while, but Kyle, we've got sailboat attacks. We've got world record sushi. We've got 800 and 1,000-pound blue marlin. I mean, we've got all kinds of things to talk about that Captain Kyle's been doing here. It's kind of interesting to see how the other half lives, So what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the show.
Just homesick listening to all this hunting talk and archery because you know how much I love to bow hunt.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I don't get home until I got a week when I get home to get my bow tuned in, my muscles dialed up before I head to Illinois guiding.
I'm surprised you don't bring your bow with you and just shoot on your down days.
It would be awesome if you could get it through, customs and, European countries are kind of weird about the firearms and bows and this. So if I would, trust me, I'd be shooting out of the tuna tower down on the dock every day.
There you go. Get elevated, baby. Get elevated.
So a good point. I used to tell my hunters this all the time. As a lot of people, shooting from an elevation, you can eliminate a lot of your problems if you learn to bend at the waist. Because when you're shooting and you drop your arm, that changes your sight alignment. So you'll shoot high, you'll shoot low, vice versa. But if you bend at the waist, your sight alignment does not change.
Yep, that is correct.
And that is a very good tip that I try and teach my guys.
Well, let's talk about what you've been catching.
Well, we started off interesting. We left Grand Canary to Madeira, and then I was looking for crew, and then a good high school friend from Marathon High School, Burn Krause. His family still lives there. His mom You know, they own Gregory Steakhouse out on Cocoa Beach.
Right.
He happened to be in Europe, and I said, I need crew and I need an angler. And next thing you know, we leave Canaries, and he meets me in Madeira. There he is, out of the blue. So we travel, we catch a couple yellowfin tunas and stuff, and then we had to stay in an island called Santa Maria, which is an island in the Azores because there's no slips. So I'm like, perfect. Next day we're going to, you know, fish pretty hard, not travel day, but fish, and check out some of the banks and stuff. And nobody's caught a blue marlin, and sure enough, we raise a blue marlin, pitch it, and solid 800 class fish. Burns first blue marlin he ever catches, 800-pound blue marlin.
Crazy.
So not a bad day, not a bad start. And then we raised 2 more really, really big fish that just didn't want to eat. So.
And then didn't you have another fish that you had on the leader or pretty close?
No, we had one that we hooked up that came in and absolute monster of a fish. I mean, we think it was over 1,000 considering what the 800 looked like. Jumped it off after several jumps, but we had on quite a bit. Fought it, and then it jumped and just changed directions, pulled the hook, or I don't know. You know, things happen.
Yeah.
And that was just an absolute monster fish. But it's still very slow here in the Azores. But these big fish, you know, when this water is cold here, they're few and far between. But when you do get a bite, it's usually a giant fish. So that's why we're here. We're not here for numbers. We're here for size.
You're here for the big ones. Absolute monsters.
Yeah.
So an 800 and a 1,000 blue marlin so far. A couple of yellowfins.
And and no yellowfins. It's all been big eyes. And then been sitting. And then my family came in, and I'm still waiting on the boss to show up. And I'm like, got to run the boat. You mind if I go? Tunas are here. Can I go take the boat and go catch a tuna? And he's like, sure, go ahead. And, you know, my wife she's an excellent angler, number one. Number two, she's my lucky charm. So we run out, and we missed the bite by like 2 days. The bite was like they were getting, fish up to 300 pounds. And we caught the tail end of it, and sure enough, we hooked the fish. Don't think anything of it. We're fighting it. Big fish. You know, now I'm starting to realize the fish is a little bit bigger than I thought it might have been. And, we ended up gapping this fish. It was very big, and I think it was like 320, 350-pound big eye, which is giant for a big eye tunas. And we decided to gut it, put it in the marlin bag, get it all iced down because we wanted good quality meat fish. So we got ice shoved in its cavity, you know, poured it all out and everything, and just iced it down, closed it up in the marlin bag. And the next morning we decided to go clean it, and I was like, oh, let's take that thing out. It looks a little bit bigger because Anthony Shea's crew on the bag company came over. They're like, they weighed one in that was in the 3s, like 297, I think. And they're like, oh, no, that's way bigger. And so we took measurements, and the measurements came out well above the world record on the conservative measurement with it being gutted and non-gutted. That fish came out to in the 409 to 419, which would have been, either way, it would have been the all-tackle world record.
I was going to say, it would not have just been beaten it. It would have shattered the current all-tackle world record.
And I think it might have beat it gutted. And I'm an idiot. I should know better because I just weighed in a world record big eye a couple of years ago. So I should have known, but I didn't think. Tunas are so hard to judge. You know, they're just fat and long, and the fatter they get, the shorter they look, you know, so they're really hard fish to judge until you actually put a tape on them. And anyways, so my wife's a little upset with me right now.
How many pounds of drag pressure are you running to get those tunas to the boat?
That one I kept light. We fought it because big eyes are very known for their second run, and their second run's always more powerful than their first run. So we fight them at like 35 pounds of drag, 40 pounds of drag. And it really depends on what hook and what leader you got them on. Like, it didn't eat them. We had tiny little lures out because they're eating small little redfish right now. They're spawning. So it's not like it ate our big stuff where we can just put as much pressure as we want. So it was on 300-pound leader, which we over here is light. And so after the second run, she was at 45 for like 20 minutes, and the fish didn't care. Like, no gain, just stalemate. She'd go, it'd pull, it'd go. And then, so we ended up going like mid-50s, I think, before we finally broke the spirit of that fish.
Yeah. 50 pounds of drag pressure. What do you think, Mike?
Yes.
I don't have a reel that'll do that. I don't think.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're using some pretty big stuff.
Yeah.
But you have to kind of qualify the angler here too. Now, his wife is an ex-Olympic ice skater.
Oh, okay. So
I mean, as far as
world-class athlete versus world-class athlete in the water. Yeah.
So she's not your average,
Yeah.
run-of-the-mill person. She's, accustomed to being trained up, if you will. Because she was, she was an Olympic in the Olympics.
And I mean, she started fishing with me, so I mean, she has no bad habits, and obviously, I taught her everything proper, and she's caught a lot. I mean, 375-pound blue marlin on a spinning rod in the Bahamas. I mean, 17 blue marlins in a single day in Costa Rica. 900-something-pound bluefin tunas. I mean, for her short fishing career, she sure as heck accomplished a lot.
Yeah.
So I probably won't take her hunting.
Well,
I gotta have something to myself.
I have to ask. So that potential world record big eye that your wife will never let you forget. Trust me, mine has. I've got a couple of boo boos in my past, and my wife will not let me forget them ever. Keeps me humble.
They're like elephants. My wife never holds stuff over me.
Never, huh? But so before we go to break, what kind of sides do you have with the potential ladies IGFA world record and the potential IGFA all tackle world record? What kind of sides do you have when you actually eat that fish?
We ate the last few days. We've been eating the belly meat, which is the toro, and I've had some of the best toro in the sushi bars in Japan, and I've been very fortunate in life to eat some, and I've never tasted. We just finished up the belly meat yesterday. It's like taking a 5 Wagyu steak and then putting the best butter you've had and then coat it in butter and take a bite of it.
Now I'm hungry.
It is amazing, and my daughter wants to eat 500 pounds of it, but we got to limit her because those fish that big start getting mercury in them, and a 7-year-old girl, you got to be careful how much. Even a human, you shouldn't consume tons of it.
Yeah. Understood.
But
well, buddy,
so I think I had a side of a humble sandwich pie with that.
That's what I was waiting for. I was like, yeah, he's probably got a big old bowl of humble pie right there.
Well, it's like Burns blue marlin. That blue marlin eats, and I'm like, it's just a little rat, It didn't look that big on the bite, and then all of a sudden I'm like, man, this fish is acting totally different. It took us 3 miles on the run.
Wow.
I'm like, this is no 500-600-pound fish, and then it finally jumped. I'm like, holy cow, this fish is way bigger. And then we got upside of the boat, and I'm like, oof, this thing is way bigger than what we thought or looked. Just did not look that big, but. Over here you catch so many big fish, you think everything looks small now. And then, the other day when we were tuna fishing, we had an epic mako bite on the teaser. I'll send you the video of that. Like, insane mako bite, like a 600-pound mako just blowing up all over the teaser.
Destroying the teaser. Well, buddy,
oh, yeah.
We have to take our break. Can you hold through this break? Because I'd like to stick on with you for just a little bit longer. I want to hear the sailboat stories.
Sure.
All righty, guys and gals. Captain Kyle Weaver is calling in from the Azores right now. Captain Mike Mann is in the studio. We're going to be right back after this short break, so don't go away. So why not do something with your next beer purchase that can help families of fallen veterans and first responders with Carroll Distributing's American Beers for American Heroes program through the Folds of Honor. Carroll Distributing, with each case of Bud or Bud Light sold, will donate $1 per case to honor the last 15 years of partnership with Folds of Honor. So crack open a cold one in honor of those whose family members have given the greatest
Paul
sacrifice
with Boaters
of all.
Exchange here. In today's economy, many boat owners are looking to stretch the life expectancy of their boat. Boaters Exchange specializes in repowers, and we've helped hundreds of boat owners like you freshen up their boat with a new outboard by Yamaha or Mercury. Many boaters tell me their boat feels completely different with a fuel-efficient, powerful, and quiet 4-stroke. Our goal is to be the least expensive, most customer-friendly repower center in our part of Florida. Boaters Exchange is ranked one of North America's top 100 boat dealers, a Best for Vets employer, a Community Choice recipient, and best of all, has achieved Yamaha's best-in-class designation. We are grateful for these accolades and look forward to serving you in Rockledge or New Smyrna Beach. Find us on social media, the web, or email me directly, paul@boatersexchange.com. Mention Catch a Memory Outdoors, and I'll send you a free gift personally. We love to see you boat.
Catch a Memory Outdoors is presented by Carroll Distributing, your local Bud and Bud Light distributor for over 6 decades.
Hey, guys and gals, welcome back. We appreciate you tuning in. We've had Captain Kyle Weaver calling in from the Azores, and actually I was just looking at the Facebook feed during the break, and there's good morning to a bunch of guys out there. A lot of different guys watching this morning, so we appreciate you tuning in.
Steve Chapman's watching.
One of the questions we had for Kyle is I've got a listener, a fellow named Orson Tarver, very good friend of mine, and Orson says he is heading to Madeira in 2 weeks. And he was wondering if you could recommend a charter boat out of Madeira for him.
Absolutely.
He'd like to line one up.
He can either reach out to me on Messenger or Google Pesca Grossa with Captain Gerard Frothy. He's probably the best out of Madeira, and highly, highly recommend Frothy. And he can reach out to me on my Messenger, and I can put him in contact with Frothy for Madeira. Madeira is still the season. It's slow, but you go 3 or 4 days. If you get a bite, it's going to be the right one. It's going to be a fish of a lifetime. That's just how these places work over here.
Now, how does this full moon affect them? I mean, is the bite better on the full moon? Is it better after the full moon? Is it?
I've always found it's better on the moons.
Gotcha.
It's the day of the moon now, but leading up to the moon, and then like day of the moon the next day, and then also you get a little peak again, and then because you got definitely more tidal flow, right? So the big fish seem to feed, and I think they spawn on the moons too. But
Gotcha.
this isn't a spawning ground. There is no little males here. The water's too cold. But like Bermuda, St. Thomas, Ascension Islands, Hawaii, those fish spawn on the moon, and you get definitely an increase in the bites. Now the tuna fishing slows down on the moon because they feed at night, whereas they're feeding all night long with the light, so it makes tuna fishing tough.
Gotcha. Well, so hopefully that answers. Pesco Grossa, you said?
Pesca Grossa, yes. Captain Gerard Frothy.
Okay. So that's, but either way, he can either reach straight out to him or get in touch with you. He says he'll send you an FB message and thank you.
Perfect.
Is what he just answered. So let's talk. So real quick, fishing's obviously pretty darn good over there. You're in you're in Jurassic Park, if you will. There is no small fish there. It doesn't seem like. What is going on with these sailboats over there off of Spain and Portugal and stuff? What? You listen to this, Mike. You're going to freak out when. It's crazy.
So the way the sailing works is, the people leave, like, say, Europe, France, England, the Med, and then in the wintertime they sail down to Cape Verde, and then from there they take the trade winds and they go across to the Caribbean, and then they come up to, like, the 33rds, which is, like, we call that Bermuda, the 33rd line, which is the Carolinas, when the winds go from southeast and then rotate around and then come out of the west, southwest.
Yeah.
And then they use those winds and come back across. So the Azores, you go Bermuda, and Bermuda, Azores, you can either go into the bed or you go back up to, England and Scotland and all that. It's a major stopping point. But all the boats coming out of the Mediterranean and all the boats go traversing down along Portugal near the Mediterranean, there's a pod of orcas that are just wrecking havoc on sailboats. It's nonstop, and it's all these sailboaters here. There's very few sport fishers where I'm at, and there's only 5 foreign boats here right now. And all these sailboaters are either preparing their boat for the attack by putting safety lines on their rudders because the orcas come in and rip their rudder off, and they have no way of steering. Sometimes there's been some sinkings, but most of the time it leaves them disabled without the ability to steer. So, and just like you were talking about on the show a couple of days ago about the porpoise device, they've been selling an orca device that keeps the orcas away from the boat. And there was an American here who was quite upset because he spent all this money on it and it got lost in Lisbon and he had to go. So he's taking a chance at an orca attack.
Yeah.
And then I think it was 2 days later after I talked to you, they towed in a sailboat here that was attacked by an orca. No damage, no nothing, except there's no rudder left. It snapped the rudder clean off at the rudder post.
Wow.
So here's the crazy. I'm not talking about a little Hobie Sunskiff.
No, I actually
you're
just
talking
saw
about
this.
transatlantic size sailboats. I mean, 50, 60, 70 footers.
Yeah.
And these orcas are attacking them and disabling them.
Yeah. Nobody's sure why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Other than
they say it's for fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. They say it's just because they're bored. But it's about 1 in 10 during the time. Like right now, the pod orca, I think the last, because you can follow it. They're like, people are scared to death. Right now, those orcas tend to lose, they come out of the Mediterranean because they're in there eating the bluefin tunas that time of year. And then they come out and mess with the sailboats for a while. And then when the bluefin tunas are along the coast of Portugal, that's when the orcas are just destroying the sailboats.
Yeah.
And then they slowly move up. Last year there was one like northern Portugal, like almost in the English Straits. That's the farthest north they've ever had it. But it's usually right on the border of Spain and Portugal going into the bed, like right in there.
Yeah,
crazy.
They were covering it on Shark Week.
Oh,
they were talking about they were showing a couple of the boats that had done it.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, is it a scenario where an orca? Here's what I'm thinking in my mind. Okay, SeaWorld had some bunch of orcas, and then they went and turned them loose, and they've all said, okay, they kept us in this little tiny puddle for years and made us do tricks for these stupid little frozen sardines and stuff, and now they're back out in the ocean, and like you said, they're eating yellowfin and bluefin tuna and everything else, and so now they're like, okay, we're going to get back at the people for keeping us in that little
planet of the orcas.
Yeah. So
there's some truth to that, because I know
they're like elephants, they don't forget.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They're super smart animals. Obviously, everybody's been to SeaWorld. We know how they scare me more than anything in the ocean. I've seen them chase down pods of porpoises and eat porpoises, and how they hunt. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But in the Med, they're real bad at taking. Like porpoises, imagine this: you get a porpoise, takes your trout off the line. Well, you got a bluefin on the line, and the orca comes in and takes your bluefin off.
Oh,
well, who's to say somebody didn't say, well, you know what, orca, you ain't doing that again, and the other orca saw it, maybe they're taking revenge. Like, you hurt one of us, now we're going to hurt one of you.
Yeah, maybe somebody shot at it or something like
from
that.
From a sailboat.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
well, they're not really attacking they're not really attacking sport fishers, just mainly sailboats, correct?
Yeah.
No, because of the props, and they're smart enough to know the props no good. But they are finding out that all the sailboats, there's some sailboats have the prop behind the rudder, instead of in front of the rudder. Some of the sailboats, they've never been attacked.
Yeah, the ones with the extended shaft.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter night, day. It don't matter. There's been nighttime attacks, daytime attacks. It's just, there's a sailboat. Let's go mess with it.
Yeah, kind of like like a seal playing with a ball or something.
Yeah, you just start mounting
balance it on his nose.
Well, start mounting like little fake plastic props on your rudder that just spins with the current.
Something.
Well,
I just think it's.
I've been seeing some posts where they're basically taking metal and sharpening it like razor blades and attaching it to their rudders, like big, so when they bite it, it's going to hurt. You know? I've seen a lot of people trying that. I've seen people buying the little noise device. So, and then you walk up and down this dock, the guys that have that can, they all have secondary rudder systems and their safety line to their boats. And everybody here is like getting ready to go. Okay, we got safety line our rudders.
Wow.
And somebody was telling me that you could keep them away by like having a steel pipe and a hammer. I don't remember if it was you, Kyle.
That was me.
Yeah,
we used to do that with the pilot whales in Hawaii. They'd come in and eat our yellowfin tunas.
The vibration.
And, it's the pinging, the noise, the frequency of that metal being pinged in the water. It would drive them nuts, and they would leave. Sometimes they'd jump out of the water.
So you'd have a steel, 4 or 5 foot steel pipe, stick it down in the water, and just whack it with a hammer to create that frequency to scare them away.
But one time in Hawaii, the first orca I ever saw was in Hawaii on a little 35-foot commercial boat, and this big male, giant dorsal fin, like 7-8 foot dorsal fin, comes up and he's on his side, and I'm trolling. and he's looking at me, and I like instantly felt uncomfortable, like a great white or a mako looking at you with his eyeball.
Yeah.
Like, he's looking at me different. Like, you could just sense this wasn't a whale encounter. Like, I am getting center of this boat, getting away from the edge.
He's trying to figure things out.
I'm not reaching over with the metal pipe while he's attacking my boat, because he'll just come up and grab me like a seal off an iceberg.
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to figure it out. He's thinking it through.
He's like, what are my options?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I don't like about hammerhead sharks. When you get those big hammerheads, the ones that are big enough to eat your tarpon, and they start circling your boat, they always tilt sideways and look at you.
Kind of look up.
And it's like they're trying to figure out, how do I get that thing out of the boat so I can eat it? And that is such an uncomfortable feeling. Like Kyle was saying, that you go from apex predator to realizing that, hey, I am not the biggest thing in the ocean right now.
I like the big predator sharks.
When you get that feeling, that's an uncomfortable feeling, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when I was, in Africa, bow hunting with Cape Buffalo. They stare at you, and the outfitter's like, first are your nuts trying to do it with the bow. Obviously, I'm not going to do it now. I have a kid. But second of all, it's like they wake up angry and they go to bed pissed. And when a buffalo stares you down, he's trying to kill you.
Yeah, when he looks at you like that,
you stole his lunch, and they literally want to kill you. They're pissed. Yeah. And very famous hunter from Texas just this week, unfortunately, I haven't read if it was wounded or what, but on a buffalo hunt near the Limpopo area, and instantly got gored and killed him instantly, But and it's not the horns when a buffalo gets you. Like they tell you, if you get gored by a buffalo, you hang on to the horns. They gore you, they throw you up, and then you lay down, and then they put all their weight on you and crush you.
Yeah.
That's how they deal with lions. It's like, oh, wonderful. So you mean I get gored, try and hang on? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but there's certain animals out there that are apex. We're definitely not apex, and I can tell you, orcas are probably the baddest fish in the ocean, or baddest thing in the ocean.
Well, buddy,
real quick look down at South Africa, where all these great whites, and they didn't know what was going on. Then they found out that orcas are actually ripping them in half, taking the liver out, and then that was it.
Just eating the liver out of the great whites, yeah.
And they do it with whales, baby whales, and the tongues. They're badass animals.
Well, we have had an exciting time with Where's Kyle this week, so I appreciate the call in from the Azores. Good luck on your fishing this week, and hopefully
catch them up.
You'll get a couple more shots at some big ones again, buddy.
And hopefully we have a mellow hurricane season. So
let's keep our fingers crossed. When you get back home, we'll go shoot the bows a little bit.
We need to.
All right, brother. Take care.
Enjoy, guys.
All righty. Bye now. Hey, gang, we're going to take our last break of the day. It's so cool to hear things that go on all over the world like that, But we're going to take our last break of the day. When we come back, Captain Mike, Mann, and myself are going to finish up Catching Memory Outdoors for today. Thanks a lot. Sunrise has all of the gear that you hardcore anglers need for a productive day on the water, and they've got frozen baits like ballyhoo, sardines, squid, and more. Plus, Sunrise Marina has a great selection of live baits, shrimp, pinfish, croakers, mud minnows, fiddler crabs, and a whole lot more. So if you're looking for tackle, rods and reels, boating accessories, fresh made sandwiches, or your favorite beverages, Sunrise Marina has got everything for you, and you can ice it all down with some bagged or bulk ice at their convenient, trailer boat friendly drive-thru. Sunrise Marina also stocks some really cool nautical gifts, as well as the performance clothing and casual clothing that anglers like you and me like to wear. Make sure you stop by Sunrise Marina before heading out before your next fishing adventure. They're easy to find right across the street from Grill's Restaurant at 505 Glen Cheek Drive in Port Canaveral. StarTron enzyme fuel treatment makes all engines run stronger, smoother, and helps them get better fuel economy. The enzymes in StarTron improve the quality of all fuels so engines start easier, even if they haven't been run for several months. Don't just stabilize your fuel, tune it with StarTron. StarTron enzyme fuel treatment can also be used in 2- and 4-stroke engines, trucks, lawnmowers, generators, motorcycles, four-wheelers, basically anything that runs on gas. You can also get StarTron diesel fuel treatment for your truck, boat, or tractor, or construction equipment. If you want to fuel more power, tune your fuel with StarTron. Is your home under attack from pests or termites? Or have furry wildlife made themselves way too comfortable in your attic? At Integrity Pest Management, they specialize in getting rid of pests, termites, and wildlife safely and effectively. With years of experience and commitment to integrity,
They protect your home from unwanted invaders using eco-friendly and efficient solutions. Don't wait for the damage to pile up. Call Integrity Pest Management today for a free inspection and let them restore peace and security to your home. Call 321-637-1199 or visit them at integritypestmanagement.com. Integrity Pest Management, where your home's safety and your peace of mind are their top priority. This hour of Camo Radio has been brought to you by Bud. Hey, guys and gals, welcome back. We appreciate you tuning in every Saturday right here to Catch a Memory Outdoors. This is the last segment of the show. We got a lot we got to cram in because we kind of ran over on some of the other segments. But this segment of the show is brought to you by Strike Zone down in Melbourne. So if you get a chance, stop down at Strike Zone, get all the gear that you need, all the stuff that we talk about here on the show. Most of that stuff's already in stock. If they don't have it in stock, they can get it for you. Just ask them and they'll order it in for you. So stop down at Strike Zone and tell them you heard about it right here at Catch a Memory Outdoors. The other thing is, Mike, Starbright Cleaning Solutions segment. And this product right here, I use every single day in every single thing that I have. Whether it's the Startron that I'm putting in my weed whacker, or I put the storage actually for my weed eater and my chainsaw, my premix. I put the store and start in there from Startron. It's the orange bottle product. The blue bottle product goes in all of the boats, the four-wheeler, everything else gets that. The tractor gets the diesel version of it, and the truck gets the diesel version of it. And man, it just, you talk about, you got to go to the mechanic and get a fuel system cleaning and a flush and all that kind of stuff. Nah. You don't need any of that. This stuff right here. So I had a problem with my diesel tractor. It was getting a bunch of
built up
goo. I don't even know what it was. It was like syrup, and it was the weirdest thing because you could not wipe it off. Okay, so I would take the fuel bowl out, change the fuel filter, and the bottom of the fuel bowl, the stuff would be in there, and it was like molasses almost. But if you tried to clean it with a cleaner, you couldn't really get it. As soon as the air touched it, it would solidify. So to try and get it out it was ridiculous. I don't know what it was. I don't know how it got in there. All I know is I took the fuel tank cleaner, which is like Startron exponentially concentrated. And I put that in there, and it melted all that stuff and ran it right through.
I need to run some in my truck.
The fuel filter picked up a bunch of the heavy particles, and the rest of it just ran right on through. But, I mean, this stuff, it went from taking a tractor that would not run, physically would not run. And I ran it 3 straight hours the other day. Had the bush hog running 3 straight hours. That's awesome. And at 2,450 RPM, basically wide open. So I would highly suggest anything that you want to run better, put Startron in. And whatever version of Startron you need for your specific application, diesel, gas, whatever. Like I said, your generator, your things you don't use a lot, your chainsaw, things like that. That the orange bottle is a magnificent product, and it just keeps your fuel fresh and keeps things from clogging up and bogging down.
It's amazing. So all their products, I use them readily because I mean it's if I need to clean the mildew off something in the boat, especially we were talking earlier. Our boats don't get quite as detailed this time of year as they do in the cooler months.
I'm just trying to get out of the heat.
But
man, just great stuff. So if you guys and gals get a chance, check out the Startron. It's a fantastic product, and like I said, in whatever version you need for your particular application. Mike, we were talking about hunting, and you get a chance to go to Georgia.
Yes.
I've gotten an invite this year to go back to South Carolina. I'm really looking forward to that. Daryl, the fellow that invited me last year, has invited me back up. Well, I kind of threw a hint out there that I could use an invite. and Daryl's gracious enough to let me come back up and hunt with him this year. So he is sending me all these pictures of these bucks. These bachelor groups of bucks, there's 8 to 10 bucks all grouped together on the game camera, all feeding together.
Hopefully they don't come through and wipe things out like they did last year.
Yeah.
I am like, you know what? I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I texted it back. Where's the does?
Yeah. Where's the show me the does?
Where's the does? Freezer needs something in it, baby.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm ready for does. I'm ready because I'm gonna switch over and start feeding. That's what I'm gonna feed my dogs. It's venison. I want to kill a couple of does.
Can I be one of your dogs?
Huh? Right. Well, I'm spending $60 every 3 weeks on dog food.
Yeah.
When if I kill 3 does and get like maybe, and I can kill 10 in Georgia. I don't have the freezer. But if I do a lot of ground venison, I take it, you boil it. So on a Sunday, you boil it. You add some sweet potatoes. You add some carrots to it. Yeah. You boil it off. You put it in a Tupperware.
Green beans.
Yeah, green beans. You put it in a Tupperware. You drain it off. You put it in a Tupperware. You give them a scoop of that twice a day. Yeah. Then the next Sunday, you cook off a couple more pounds of it.
My wife was actually doing that, and not with the venison, because we would have a problem immediately if she was doing that with my venison.
Well,
but she was doing that for her dog, Emma, and putting like blueberries and all kinds of different stuff in there, healthy stuff for her for a while, and it fixed her. She had some issues and fixed some of those issues. But I'm whether it's spaghetti meat, hamburgers on the grill, or tacos, because I'm a Taco Tuesday kind of guy.
See,
I really like my Tuesday tacos.
Yeah, I'm the only one who eats venison in my household. So,
but will your wife eat tacos?
No, not venison tacos.
Dude,
she will if she doesn't know it, and then if she finds out, I'm dead.
Well, here's the thing. I am telling you, if she tried it,
it's not the taste. It's a mental factor.
The thought.
It's the thought.
So my wife will not go deer hunting.
Yeah,
I took her one time. She scared everything in the woods. And, she says it wasn't intentional, but I don't know.
I don't know why she wore bells on the. I don't know why she wore bells, but
she's not a deer hunter. It's not for everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
She loves to go hog hunting, but she's not a deer hunter. She's just like, no, it's not her thing.
Yeah.
That's fine. But she will eat deer. And so, and I'm fortunate in that regard. And my mom, the best piece of steak that she's told me she's ever had in her life was a piece of backstrap that I got from Assassin Farms, from Robin Shiver's personal deer pen up there.
Yeah.
She had a piece of that, and she was like, wow, can I have some more of that? That was really good steak.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell her it was deer until she was halfway through the second piece. And I said, that's one of those deer I shot up at Robin's. And she's like, you could see it immediately. What?
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, well, this is really good. And so, like I said,
my wife's not a big red meat eater anyway.
That whole mental thing can be overcome by your taste buds.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, my wife's a medium well done ribeye girl.
Oh my goodness!
So she's not a big red meat eater.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
Yeah. So
come on, Danielle. Come on.
It's the Italian in her. I don't even think it's the Italian in her. I think
medium well. Are you serious?
Her parent, medium well. Yeah. So I don't cook her steaks.
Just buy her a skirt steak.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm doing now. I get her a sirloin.
Don't waste a ribeye. Come on, man.
She gets a sirloin. I get a ribeye.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because a sirloin's tough to
It doesn't matter how you cook it. It's not as good as
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you guys and gals have enjoyed the show today.
Tangent show.
Captain Mike Mann, always a great time to have you in the studio. We appreciate your weekly call-ins. How does somebody get a hold of you, buddy?
You can give me a call at area code 386-295-5991. You can go right to my website, fatfishguide.com. You can follow me on Instagram, CAPT Mike Mann with 2 N's. And please follow my new Facebook page, Captain Mike Mann. Hey, I lost my old page with all my followers, so please start following it. Let me get some of those numbers back up, and you'll see my daily catches.
There you go.